Hello, my name's Scott Davis. Welcome to New World Birth, and this is the care and feeding of a New World Age report for the Gregorian date of September 3rd of 2014, and one e-meesh or crocodile in the Mayan Tzolk'in calendar. And we're also going to be talking about Venus moving into Virgo, the Pisces Full Moon, and Mars moving into Sagittarius. So September 3rd, 2014 is one e-meesh or crocodile. It carries the themes of beginnings, Mother Earth, protection and trust, nurturing, primordial energy, new opportunities and information, instincts, primal creativity, water lily, abundance, the essence of nature, beauty, receptivity, and growth. And much like other indigenous people who believed that the earth was carried on the back of a turtle, the Maya believed that our planet was carried on the back of a crocodile who would nurture and protect all life forms. And they believed that from this primordial force, humans received messages and feelings about our connection to Mother Earth. This 13-day period would be an excellent time to spend in nature and listening to the subtle messages from Gaia. With one crocodile, we begin a 260-day Tzolk'in round, which will end on 13 Ahau, which was on May 20th of 2015. And this being the one crocodile Trisena unity through nurturing new beginnings and, of course, beginning a new Tzolk'in round, I thought that I would talk about the Tzolk'in calendar, which Ian Lungold referred to as the personal calendar of the Maya. The Tzolk'in is a 260-day calendar made up of 13 galactic tones numbered 1 to 13 and 20 sacred sun signs. And the combination of these two intentions were so important to the Maya that their day sign was their first name because it set their life's intentions. For instance, my day sign is 13 e-meesh or crocodile, which is about moving to the next level through nurturing new beginnings. And that's what I'm here to do. I ascend in consciousness through nurturing others to have new experiences. And if you're interested, Mayan Magics is a great resource for all things Tzolk'in, including my favorite, the Mayan Calendar Conversion Codex. So anyway, this diagram here shows the 20 day signs. The Earth each one of them is colored to show their relationship to the four directions and four elements. And so we begin here with crocodile, which is red. It represents the east, fire, and birthing. And then next we have wind, which is in white and connected to north, air, and the mind. And then we have night in blue, which is representing the west and water and endings. And then over here in yellow we have seed, which the yellow direction is aligned with the south, earth, and the body. And as we move around the wheel, we'll see that the pattern remains constant, going red, white, blue, yellow, red, and so on. And I find it interesting that each Trisena ends with the same direction it starts in. So the groupings of 13 days follow the same pattern. For instance, the first Trisena of the round is the one crocodile round. And then the second one is over here in white. It's one jaguar, which then is followed by in blue one deer, and then over here in yellow for one sun. So basically, we continue to see that pattern played out in the Trisenas, and then. If you are interested and you follow your personal Tzolk'in, you'll know that every 65 days we experience burner days relative to our day sign. For instance, I'm 13 crocodile, so I experience more intense growth opportunities on the usually 5 days leading up to and including my burner days, which are 13 crocodile, 13 transformation, 13 monkey, and 13 wisdom, which likewise follows the same pattern of red, white, blue, and yellow here. Sorry, Being my burner days, and burner days really, I've really noticed this. Regardless of what's happening astrologically, there's a whole nother layer of energy that the Mayan Tzolk'in calendar makes us aware of. The colored halos and which are around the day signs, and these squares that I have connecting the day signs. They're basically there just so that you can identify that there are 5 burner sets. And I had a question about the Tzolk'in, and the question was, do we feel the influence of the first day sign of the Trsena, for which the 13-day period is named, as strongly later in the cycle as we do in the first half of the Trsena, or is the influence adjusted by the precession of the internal signs? And I think both are true. The influence of Crocodile is the overall energy of this Trsena, but like hearing the hum when we first walk into a room, the longer that we're in the room, the more that our ears hear the changing sounds and filter out any kind of like a humming noise. But I think if we listen closely on September 12th, we can still feel the influence of Crocodile, along with hearing the dog's melodic howl. But that's obviously just my opinion. Experiment with it, check it out, see if it makes sense to you. So anyway, before going into the daily energy for the Trsena, we're just going to talk about some of the retrograde planets. And on the 3rd, all the planets appear to be moving forward from our perspective here on the Earth, with the exception of Chiron, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, which are all appearing to be moving in reverse motion. I've noticed this, that things just feel like they're very stuck. It's hard to make much progress when we've got these outer planets in retrograde motion. But this is going to change in September, as Pluto is going to be turning direct later on in the month. So Chiron retrograde in Pisces, this is about releasing stuck emotional energy so that we can return to the natural flow of life. Uranus is in Aries. It's seeking to shake our very foundation through the unexpected rebellion of the individual. Obviously, we've been dealing with a difficult time of upheaval, destruction, death, unexpected change, natural disasters, violence, and war. Retrograde Uranus in Aries has people wanting to hurry the process of getting free, to push the river of revolution, whether it's personal or political. And I think that this is a time of detaching Uranus to act as the unobstructed individual. Aries, being an outer planet, and we're talking about outer planets with Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, the outer planets create events which we respond to, and then, whereas the inner planets affect us personally as individuals. But the outer planets change the landscape, which affects us as a collective and as individuals within humanity. Then we have Neptune in Pisces, also retrograde. It's seeking transcendence through spiritual experiences. So this is a time to use spiritual practices to keep us grounded as we expand our intuition and consciousness. And this is, of course, important energy to nurture as we're in the middle of those 4 years of challenging Uranus-Pluto squares that we've been talking about since 2012, actually probably even before that. And those squares are certainly affecting us as a collective and as individuals, and we can see that in the news and world events. And then Pluto, representing death and rebirth, completion. It's in Capricorn. It's about the breakdown of structures to bring about transformation. And Pluto in Capricorn is determined in exposing the darkness, destroying the old order, so that we can rise up like the phoenix from the ashes and soar again. And Capricorn is about large structures. It includes banks, governments, corporations, and large religions. So this is really a time of a cosmic course correction for our entire planet. So let's look at the daily vibrational energy for the Trecena. On the 3rd, we have 1 e-meesh or crocodile, unity experience through nurturing new beginnings in the Mayan Tzolk'in calendar. And we also have the sun in a trine to Pluto. So from our perspective here on Earth, the sun is at a 120-degree angle to Pluto, which brings the energy for very intense and powerful experiences, which can lead to wisdom uh, about the inner workings of our world, but particularly related to our personal lives. This is a great day to begin any investigation or study. With Pluto, we're talking about transformation through what empowers us. So making these changes could lead to a sense of deep satisfaction. The energy is quite forceful, so it's important that it's used in reforming ourselves or for the greater good. People may feel more empowered under this transit to express themselves forcefully to make an impact. And if you choose to use this energy to make make an impression on someone, it should not be for ruthless or selfish reasons, but rather for personal evolution and growth. And this brings a lot of energy that gets things done that maybe haven't been being addressed and really need to be accomplished. Now, I'm not going to be covering the daily lunar energy in these reports, other than the new moons and full moons, but that information is available on the New World Birth daily Facebook post and on the New World Birth blogger blog. So if you want to read that information and you're not on Facebook, go to New World Birth on Blogger, and all that information is there and available to you. So on the 4th, we have 2 eek or wind duality experienced through communication. And then on the 5th, we have 3 Akbal or night, taking action through contemplating the stars. And at that point, we have Venus moving into Virgo. So joining the sun in Virgo, which brings a level of caution to romance and socializing. This is a time when people want to feel special in the eyes of their partner. For some reason, this placement of Venus also tends to promote scandal. So this could also bring love for the world at large rather than just one person. And then on the 6th, we have 4 Con or seed or lizard. This is about stability through planting seeds and making new connections in the Mayan Tzolk'in calendar. September 7th is 5 Chan or serpent, empowerment through being flexible. The 8th is 6 Kimi or transformation, which is about being in the flow through releasing what no longer serves us, while we have the Pisces full moon. And it's a more gentle full moon, although there are some very powerful planetary alignments on the days following this lunation. Pisces represents the surrender to spirit in the emotional realm to be balanced with the practical aspects of living in a physical world. This is the harvest moon, which leads to simplicity and attunement to what really matters. Are you happy with the results for what you've sown over the past 6 months? This lunation is opposed to Venus along with the sun, which represents energy for enjoying sensual experiences and rich food with a caution against overindulgence. It merges with Neptune, the planet, the ruling planet of Pisces, and brings feelings of empathy for those around us, including the possibility of clairvoyance and telepathic experiences for those of us who are sensitive by nature. It's in harmony with Pluto, which brings out deep emotions that find their way to the surface and are felt on a profound level. The moon is also conjunct Chiron, illuminating our wounds so that we can feel, so that they can be released and healed. Mercury is in a square to Pluto in the chart, which can bring out obsessive thoughts. And full moons, you have tension between the moon, in this case in Pisces, pulling us to explore otherworldly realms, and the sun, in this case in Virgo, wanting a grounding and organized way of being in this world. Since the moon is very close to the earth and being an orb of perigee, this is also a supermoon, meaning it will look much larger than other full moons. And then September 9th, we have 7 Manik, or deer, reflection through being of service to others. And at this point, we have Mercury in a square to Pluto. So from our perspective here on Earth, Mercury is at a 90-degree angle to Pluto. This could have folks could be obsessing about some thought or idea. So it's important in conversation to be open to other people's viewpoints and not be forceful in getting others to agree with our beliefs. This may be a time where we experience one thought that dominates the day and leaves very little room for anything else. This energy can easily provoke arguments over things that won't seem important in a few days. If you use this energy to explore your inner world, you can find it can bring light to something that was hidden in the depths of our psyches. It's great energy for studying subjects that deal with covert or hidden aspects, such as psychology or magic or the occult, as well as meditation and yoga, to unveil the possibilities of human potential. And then the 10th, we have 8 Lammat, or star, and this is about balance through being grateful for abundant relationships with Venus, which is another symbol of Lammat. Lammat is actually about Venus. That is the star, Venus being the morning star and the evening star, but we talked about that in the last Trecena report because it was for one star. So on 8 Lammat, we have Venus opposed to Neptune. So from our perspective here on Earth, this is a 180-degree angle. Also, we have Mercury in a sextile to Jupiter. So from our perspective here on Earth, this is a 60-degree angle. Let's talk about Venus is opposed Neptune. Venus in tension with Neptune can be unrealistic with regards to love, which can lead to disappointment. Folks are more likely to picture themselves as the unselfish and giving person in a relationship who makes all the sacrifices for their partner's betterment. This can bring out manipulative behavior to gain control over the other through using guilt and obligation. On a higher level, these are planet octaves. So we might find tension between our personal love and our experience of unconditional love. This is also brings the danger of being deceived in relationships. This is not a good transit to begin a relationship, as access to reality in relationships is distorted and will take time before viewing of the relationship as on solid ground. This can also produce wonderful romantic experiences, but just don't expect them to last forever. And then we've got Mercury, like I said, in a sextile to Jupiter. This which brings our attention to the larger issues in life. Many will find their minds wandering to thoughts about the future, as our hopes and wishes are more important under this influence. This is also good for thinking about the overall patterns in life. This is optimistic and brings a positive attitude. This could be good for business negotiations, contract discussions, and commercial transactions, as well as any dealings with the law. Travel also benefits, as this would be good energy to start a trip or perhaps research some far-off place that you wish to visit. And then religious and philosophical subjects also seem more attractive for investigation at this time under this influence. And then September 11th, we have 9 Maluk, or offering, patience experienced through appreciating creation, while the sun is in a sextile to Saturn. So from our perspective here on Earth, this is a 60-degree angle. The Sun sextile Saturn is a great day for getting things done. It brings an orderly state of mind with a strong sense of self-discipline. This is a practical energy that is not interested in idealistic or abstract considerations that have no application in daily life. This favors all matters related to work or profession, with what is accomplished being done carefully with wonderful concentration and attention to detail, which may impress authority figures. Advice from older people is also favored under this transit. It's not the best day for relaxing because there's a little seriousness in our frame of mind. And then on the 12th, we have 10 Ak or dog, manifestation through enjoying family and friends. In the Mayan Tzolk'in calendar, September 13th is 11 Shuin or monkey, resolution through creating something new. And at this point, Mars moves into Sagittarius. So it's now crossed over to here. And also we've got Mercury now is opposing Uranus. So again, from our perspective here on Earth, this is going to be a 180-degree angle. They're exactly opposite each other. So Mars in Sagittarius brings energy for long-distance travel, and studying subjects that inspire our higher minds. Folks who may feel a stronger sense of patriotism for a little over a month. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, so Mars is likely to take action around the themes of law, religion, philosophy, and higher education, with more energy for people who are inclined to do so, acting self-righteous and possibly to the point of believing that might is right. And then again, we've got Mercury in opposing Uranus, again 180-degree angle from our perspective here on the Earth, which is another example of planet octaves. Mercury representing our personal thoughts and communication, along with short distance travel, and Uranus representing long distance travel and transpersonal thoughts and communications. There's tension and opposition as people will think and speak hastily. Important information may be overlooked as folks are in too much of a hurry. This may leave them feeling scattered and nervous and undisciplined. This could be a time for brainstorming, as people will feel mentally stimulated, where they understand information more quickly. Whatever the experience, it will still need to stand the test of time before they're going to be clear. So it's a day to brainstorm, but maybe not try to, nail something down into something being concrete. Gather a bunch of ideas, and on a different day, find out which ones are worth holding on to. As with most transits involving Uranus, this favors new types of adventures, and it is really repelled by daily mundane routines. And then on September 14th, we have 12 Ebb or Road, understanding through serving your community. And at this point, we have Venus in a trine to Pluto from our perspective here on Earth. Again, 120-degree angle when we're talking about a trine, which is a day when you might hear from or contemplating a former lover. With Pluto involved, this intensifies our emotional expression as emotions come to the surface that can now be meaningfully expressed to your loved ones. This alignment deepens our emotions and makes relationships more intense. It's quite likely that people will feel love more strongly under this transit and express those feelings to the object of their affection. Sexual desires also increase under a Venus-Pluto connection. This is not an intellectual experience, but rather love expressed through mind, body, and emotions. This transit can produce profound insights that reveal the inner workings of our relationships. Beginning a relationship during this transit indicates a connection will be quite intense, as if drawn together by some magical power. This could be a good relationship as long as the couple recognizes that the compulsive quality will wear off before the pairing solidifies into a long-term relationship. This transit is great for artistic work because the emotional intensity characterized can be harnessed in work that reveals the inner depth of the artist's soul. And then the last day of the Trecena is September 15th, which is 13 Ben or Reed or Corn in the Mayan Tzolk'in calendar. It's about movement to the next stage through maintaining the home. So no matter what energies are affecting you during the one Crocodile Trecena, take some time out to be in the flow of the planet by being in nature, watching a sunrise or a sunset, communing with the stars, being conscious of the moment through introspection, meditation, or really just being truly conscious while you're with somebody you love. Every day we have is a blessing, no matter what the dramas that are beckoning to distract us. I believe that we're all here giving the performance of our lifetimes on the world stage. Just remember to observe the play as well as act your part. Remember, you're a spiritual being that's having a human experience. And I want to thank you for checking out New World Birth. The next segment of Care and Feeding of a New World Age will be on September 16th for one e-meesh or Jaguar with Pluto moving direct, the Sun moving into Libra for the equinox, the Libra new moon, and Mercury moving into Scorpio. You can check us out on Facebook or YouTube or the Mayan Magic's website, and I encourage you to share this information as videos or as text as widely as you choose. I'm going to be discussing the metaphysics and astrology transits of October 2014 and providing some short human design readings to the participants of the Earth Needs Rebels show on Truth Frequency Radio. And that will be on Wednesday, October 1st. The show starts at 1 o'clock. I come on at 1:30. Again, these are Eastern Daylight Time. And the show goes to 3. And so you can either contact them through the chat space on the Truth Frequency Radio website and the Earth Needs Rebels tab, or you can personal message Katie, and they'll call you for free anywhere on the planet to bring you live onto the show. As always, I invite you to contact me at newworldbirth@yahoo.com if you have any questions or wish to schedule a reading. And I am providing readings and wish to make this service available to the greatest amount of folks. So we've got 3 options with 3 levels of compensation. And if you've been thinking of getting a reading, please contact me. I'd love to provide you a reading during these uncertain times. You'll need to either be able to call me in Maine in the USA, or we can connect through Skype to receive your reading. We're also accepting donations to keep these reports freely available. To me, the best way to make a donation is get a reading. I mean, these are epic. They're sometimes 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours. Just dense information about you and about what's going on in your life, just based solely on your birth time, birthplace, and birth location. So, as always, I'm blessed that you've taken the time to connect with my passion for these ancient mysteries and their application to our journey during this incarnation. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. In Lakesh. And I really do look forward to connecting with you in the future, whether it's in a reading or on the radio show or a future video. So thanks, everybody. All my best.